Juan,
Nipple tassels.
and we are probably live.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dice Droppers, where a group of friends sit around, play Dungeons and Dragons, while attempting to not allow their dice to fall on the floor. I am your game master for tonight, and with us we have the wonderful Luke Barter, Chris Ward, Chris Fabioli, and Oscar. And one player, unfortunately, is unable to make it tonight, but that is all right. We will continue, and we will go on with this wonderful journey. And knowing that there have been a few of us that haven't been participating in the last couple of sessions, we're going to assume that they've just been with the party the whole time. So, Oscar, can you tell us what happened last session?
Sorry, the look of fear and forgetfulness.
Is he calling on
correctly, me? We went up by horse cart, and we headed eastward into the swamps.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't abandon the cart and the horse. We put it under cover so it might be safe. And as we adventure forward through the muck and difficult terrain, Sailorphil was attacked by a tree, along with Morge, and Morge was eaten.
Morge got ate.
And after a fierce struggle with everyone using a lot of their resources, except I, we finally felled the tree and took a nice nap in the tree. Afterwards, Sailorphil and Eva went out and discovered a set of stairs that lead somewhere dark. And going in with Sailorphil in the lead and Karst in front, with Eva and Aura struggling to see, we find ourselves in front of two doors with black dragon scales and a dragon head.
So there, the room that you guys are currently in right now, making your way down the staircase, the entryway is probably about, I would say, like 30, 40 feet high in terms of the ceiling. So it's like basically the height in the room is very large. The doors are adjoined by a dragon head, separated obviously down the middle to open them. But it's a black dragon head with like basically in its mouth, it's a knocker that has like basically a circle of dragon black scales on it. So that's where we currently left off. So what do you guys do?
If I remember correctly, I also casted Dancing Lights, so the people who don't have dark vision can still see.
Ah, sweet. We can see.
Is there any like gap underneath the door, or is it flat and flush? Mr. DM?
Roll a perception check.
For seeing if there's anything under the door? 20.
Yeah, I mean, the doors seem pretty like, I mean, they're stuck to the ground. I mean, you can definitely tell that, like, if you were to open these, I mean, it's going to be decent amount of friction, but you from just trying to looking and examining and everything, like, you don't see anything underneath. There's no light coming from the other side.
So no gaps at all.
No gaps.
Okay. And because it has been a week, painting the picture of the room, there was the spiral staircase down, and it opened up into a room. Are the walls like hewn from stone? Is it like cavernous?
Great question. So as you guys are winding down, I mean, it's definitely looks like this has been like carved out, and it looks man-made. So the entryway is not something that is very like, it's very jagged, mined out for sure. So I would almost envision it as entering into a cave, and there's a lot of jagged rock in other areas. The flooring, though, which you stand on, is actually marble, like a dark blackened marble. So it's, you know, that it's basically conjoined to the room. That these two doors are, you know, basically intersecting.
Well, I'm loath to open a door where we may get ganked on the other side. Is this a tomorrow problem? Is this something that we want to do right now?
Well, I mean, I could go for a nap, to be honest with you. It's been a long fucking day. But, I mean, I feel safe enough here, right? It's not wet or nothing. I don't see nobody.
Yes.
I think we might actually be able to relax here for the time being. I don't see we're chasing anybody or anything, but I will remind you that we are on a chase, and the more time we take, the more possibility for them to get away is.
Well, we followed. This was where, and I realize how loud I'm talking. I'm going to drop it down an octave, a couple decibels. This was where we followed Salazar, wasn't it? This was where all of his snapping, breaking tree branches led us.
We assume, yes.
So he could be in here, and he was not someone to take lightly at all when we were on full strength.
That's true, but the truth of the matter is that if he is in here, then why wouldn't he attack us at our most vulnerable when we were sleeping?
Because he doesn't know we're here.
Yeah, maybe he's sleeping too.
He did
Well,
lose a hand.
There are pros and cons to each side, but listen, I just slash and stab and run and hit things really good. I'm okay. And I feel pretty tip top. So I can keep going. I'm just worried that if shit starts to hit the fan and I want to get out of here, you guys might be on the floor a little bit. So how do you guys feel?
I mean, I'm
Not
tip
my
top,
best,
but Eva, I'll
not my
defer to you.
best, but I could manage.
Well, all right then. Would you mind, Eva? Would you mind killing those for a second, just so when I open the door, it doesn't scream, "Hi, we're here to kill you"?
Mm-hmm.
Just for a sec.
I put out the lights.
All right. I'm going to walk up towards the door and gesture over to Karst so that we can open the door because I know he can see me.
Yeah, I can see.
I'm just gonna kind of grab
Karst,
on Karst's
I open the
coattail.
door.
Can you guys not see? I'm gonna put a hand on Eva and Aura's shoulders, and I'm gonna share my dark vision with both of you.
That's a thing.
I'd like you to
What?
see what I can see. I'm a Twilight cleric. You can see out to 300
Oh.
I didn't know.
feet, I believe.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Okay.
All right, I will take that
Nice.
very much. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's
Karst.
smooth.
That's cool.
That is
All right.
Hell yeah.
smooth.
It's niche, but it comes in handy.
Fantastic. So, what's the decision? Are you guys going through, moving
We're
on,
gonna go through.
taking a
We're opening
rest?
that door.
Okay, yeah.
We're
So,
gonna open the door.
who's opening the door?
Karst and I.
I think the strongest
Um,
two that we have.
Both simultaneously opening it, or
I guess, yeah.
all right?
Maybe you should try and
Um,
open the same door.
Yeah, wait, hold on. I just out of character for a second. I've been hopping up for like these strength checks, but I've got a +0. It's like
I have +0 too. I'm not any better than you.
I also have +0.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but-
god!
So I should just be
we're
doing it alone. That's what I'm hearing.
It really doesn't matter.
all
I mean,
so
to be fair, guys, Morge is there too. So, like, if Morge wanted to help you guys, like,
Well,
he's
you
more than
didn't
willing to
say
open the door
that.
too. I literally said at the beginning, I was like, all the players that are not here, their characters are. So,
All right, well, throw Marge in there instead.
Okay.
All
all right. So,
I'll take
all
lead.
right. So,
Mulch is helping me. Sail, when we get to open, you can do your dash thing, a peek thing, whatever you're good at.
All right. I'll prepare to just slip through the crack.
Marges are summoned for the campaign for the time being.
Yeah. What about Vash too? Vash is
They're
Vash
both
is actually not with your party right now. Vash is still canon. She's not with you guys right now.
Oh my god. She was in the cart. She died to the shambling now.
Nobody looked at us.
No, she's just staying with the cart with where you guys left it. She's like, oh, I gotta chill.
Water.
The horse doesn't run
I
away.
want to tinker with stuff. I'm gonna do like a bunch of different like mechanical things that with like the different gizmos. I'll watch the cart. You guys move on.
Okay.
So yeah, so she's keeping the cart safe and everything there. So it's all good. Okay. So I will have Karst roll a strength check for me. With advantage.
All right.
With advantage, of course. Because Morsh is helping, so you get advantage.
Not as good. Okay, first the better one is 19.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, pulling it takes both of you a moment. I mean, it's a heavy ass door. It's, about
Really
15, 20 feet
muscling
high.
it.
So you're really muscling it, and as you're pulling it, you're just hearing it like scrape the floor and echo louder and louder as it's pulling open, and it's like
Slip through.
Oh, so you're going in first?
Yeah. Stealthily.
Yeah, you sneak in, and immediately you hear the echoes of your feet walking through into this room. So
Okay.
yeah, it's a very echoey room. It is eerily quiet. There are no like drips of water. From what you are looking around, I'll have you roll a perception check. But I'm assuming everyone else is coming in the room after while you're doing that.
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
My party just doesn't let me rogue. 18.
Yeah. Entering the room, you are looking at the various different columns there are 5 of them. So from left to right, going all the way around. The left side, there is a column statue, probably I would say about 10 feet from the floor. At the top of it is a bust of a dragon head.
Hit bust.
The second one, if you're facing it to the right of it, is another column moving up with another dragon head on it. Entering the room directly opposite of where the current entrance is, there is a altar. Not one that has steps moving up, but just almost kind of it's like almost ceremonial, where you could offer up different items or different things. So it's really more of like an offering table than an altar, but it's large enough to have been an altar. And overseeing it is a large statue from the floor up of a green dragon. Not the full size, but almost perched up and standing very proud with its eyes gleaming down directly
This is a statue
in front of you.
Dragon, right?
Yes. So these are all made out of different of stone. To the right, so nearest to the altar, there is another column 10 feet, bust of another dragon, and then another one next to it, bust of another dragon. It is dark, so you aren't really able to make out the colors of the different ones, but upon examining it closer as a group, there is the one from left to right. It goes black, blue, altar, green, red, white. Okay. So as you enter to the left, black dragon, to the right, white dragon, and then the second one up, left, blue, right, red, and then the green is at the top. And you're in this room. There are a couple candles that are on each side of this offering table, altar type deal. But nothing's lit, and it is eerily quiet.
And as I look around, it doesn't look like there's anybody around, right?
Not just besides your fence. Doesn't look like anyone's around. But if you wanted to investigate and kind of maybe look around at different parts of it, you can and see if there's maybe any sign of like someone's boots, or if you want to investigate a little bit further, you could.
Okay. I'll do a little perfunctory check just to make sure that it seems like we're mostly alone, and then if that seems fine, I'll start talking with everyone.
So, what are you looking for specifically, if you don't mind me asking? Just need a little bit more detail.
I'll be looking for like what you said, like sets of boot prints and like wet footsteps, anything to see like maybe if Salazar came in, like boot prints that maybe have dried, areas of the dust that seem disturbed, if like there's a path that's gone through.
Sure. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Investigation. I think that's a lot worse than my perception. 11.
Okay. You take a few laps around the room. It's not a large enough room where it's going to take you forever to be like looking around for things. You don't find anything out of the ordinary. Where the foot tracks that you see on the floor, you kind of are looking at it and examining it and realizing like, okay, this is probably from us. You don't get the sense that someone else someone else has been here. Like, you guys are the freshest people who have come here for a while. One thing to note, there isn't necessarily, just in terms of the actual room, it's almost perfectly perfectly square. The walls are very much lined up in perfect marble. There's etching and writing of different things across the walls, all that go all the way across. And then each bust has what appears to be different like writing underneath them, towards like just below the actual bust of these dragon heads.
Like
there's no
like
spiders. Yeah, almost kind of like a plaque. Yeah, there's no spiders. There's no dust. The upkeep is sensational in here, but you don't have no indication of other people who have been in here before you.
Well, I think we're in the clear, guys. If you want to light up your little globes, Eva.
Well, actually, Karst was nice enough to give us some sight, so I don't think there's need for that.
Crazy,
Well,
right?
I mean, if you want to, but I can still only see 60 feet.
All right, I'll cast him up then.
Okay. So what are you casting?
Dancing lights.
Okay, so casting dancing lights just around this room. We'll just say you're dispersing out pretty evenly, so that way there's a pretty decent dim light throughout the entire room where you guys are able to see things. There are a variety of different pieces of writing that are in this room. So under each bust there are different names under each dragon, but it's in draconic writing.
Oh.
Who can read that?
Cannot.
Does anyone speak draconic?
Nope.
Can Morsh speak draconic?
I will check.
How awesome is that? We're in a campaign called War of Dragons. None of us speak draconic.
To be fair, none of us knew that before we went in.
By the way, if you guys all have temporary hit points, I don't think you get them anymore, right?
Temporary hit points.
think they were gone after the short rest.
She
Yeah.
does not. She does not. She does not speak Draconic.
Oh, that's so fun.
I only speak old beings, and that's it.
Hmm.
I speak Infernal. That's it.
Oh, unless
Okay.
a feature that grants you temporary hit points has a duration, they last until they're depleted, or you finish a long rest. I don't have any more, but
I lost all of mine. I died.
I don't think anyone has any more.
Yeah, I don't remember what mine was.
Well,
There's a lot of interesting writing on the walls.
Should we just copy them?
yeah, huge
Let's
scribble.
copy it and see if we can figure out maybe somebody who wouldn't know how to read it.
When I say they're writing on the walls, I mean there's a lot of writing.
So, like, just the
Yeah.
names, at least.
So okay, so you want to just write down the names?
Mhm.
Okay, so I will have somebody roll a. It'll be a performance check because you're writing something down and you're trying to copy it as close as you can. So I think that's probably the closest thing to, an art check that I could think of.
You can't do like charcoal rubbings.
I mean, I'm sure you could, but the way it's like written out on there, it's not like chiseled in, like it's like bumped out. So I mean, you could if you really wanted to, but I mean,
Let's. Why don't
again,
we
you
do,
guys are gonna have to roll a performance check for this for sure to make sure that you guys can get it,
Who wants to do it?
or at least clear enough that if you were able to find someone who like can speak Draconic and interpret this, like you want to make sure that it's like crystal,
We're all wisdom or intelligence casters. None of us are charisma except for Morge, I think.
Well,
Let me see more. I mean, Morsh could do it. I mean, I'm role playing as her right now, kind of to help you guys.
I'm okay. It's not great.
Yeah, she's got a +5 performance, so she could definitely do it.
Let's give that to her. Let's give that to her.
I will say though. Let's see.
No way I'm doing well on that.
Okay,
I have a bunch of paper.
Does anyone have paper and
I
pen?
do. I do.
I do.
Okay. All right. So, she asks you, "Hey, like, let me see if I can interpret this." She has to roll. She has to roll 4 times, and if she rolls above a 10,
I thought there were
each of
5
those
dragons.
times. I know.
Only 4 busts had names though.
4 of them had names.
Okay. My bad.
The statue of the green dragon didn't.
First
have
one's a
that.
natural 20.
Oh.
That
Second
means the
one
rest of them are
is
done.
that. Third one's that. Fourth one's a natural 20.
Wow.
Yay, more.
I went
So that
20, 13, 15, 20.
Yeah,
So
Which
that
was
all
literally a 25, 18, 20, 25. Yeah.
She could draw the fucking.
She freaking, it takes her no time at all. Just writes down every single one. So
This is easy. Lawson
I'm
thought this
going-
dungeon was going to be hard.
Down to 9 sheets of paper now.
Luke, you really love to play with fire, don't you?
I love fire.
like, I don't think
I'm a
Luke
pyromaniac.
I don't think Luke realizes that, like, I can easily just be like,
If there's,
whatever.
If there's one thing that my friends know about me, it's that I'm a pyromaniac.
I don't believe that.
Strange how you're the one playing with fire, but I'm the one with the ring of fire resistance.
Okay.
Ah!
So, those were the 4 busts that have writing on there. Are you guys examining or looking at anything else?
I'd like to look at the altar just to
Okay.
see what that's about. If there's anything on top of the altar, if there's like any indentations, like a little like area for like a pool, like of
Ooh.
blood,
All right.
maybe. I don't know.
Roll an investigation check for me.
Oh God! That's a
but
easy, but it still sucks.
hold on. But I'm gonna let you add your dexterity modifier to this roll. The reason being is because you're very good with like feeling like different components to like with picking locks and everything. So while you're investigating, I'm gonna say that as you're like feeling the different like pieces of the altar, that you can have your dexterity modifier with there.
So
It's a braille check.
My investigation and my dex mod.
Just your dex mod. It's an investigation check, but you're going to be using your dexterity modifier instead of your intelligence.
23.
Okay. So upon examining everything and just really looking into the details of everything, you do notice that there is writing like on the altar in very large letters. So you do notice that like right from the get-go. To the left and right of you, it seems to be what it appears on the left side, a small, almost cylinder-like half of a cylinder spot. So it's just kind of like sunken into like the actual altar. So it appears like something would like sit in there, or there'd be like you could put like a pool of water, or like something would go inside of it, but it's almost like a bowl, like sitting inside. To the right of it, you're just kind of feeling around and just like checking it out, seeing if there's like any gizmos, and your finger actually clicks like the side. There's a little button mechanism like towards the right underneath, and it's just a small little lever, probably about maybe like 1 or 2 inches. So you pull it with like your hand. As you do, you hear the stone, like a stone kind of like pop out from underneath the altar, and in it is a very small piece of paper.
I'm going to pick it up, say, guys, I found something in the altar.
I will walk over.
I'm going to.
It's a small rolled up piece of paper, and on the actual piece of paper itself, it is sealed. It is sealed with a green, almost wax, with this symbol on there.
Oh,
It's a
emerald.
rupee!
It's an emerald. Rupee. Green rupee.
I love my iPad. All right, so you find that in there.
Do I know, as a noble, do I have any idea what this like seal might be? Is it reminiscent of any?
Roll a history check.
Would I know it all?
If the DM is
Roll a history
already
check.
shaking his head, that's
Would
not.
I know?
Saying no and telling
Roll
you
a
to roll
hit.
simultaneously.
Roll a history check.
Let's
Alright.
all roll a history check.
Yay!
Oh, that was
16. Not terrible.
18.
15.
You guys don't know shit. No, you have no idea. None of you have seen this before. This is all the symbol that you're looking at has no significance to anybody within this party.
But it's
Dang
just.
it. If only we were evil.
Eva, does this seem magical to you at all?
Can I roll an Arcana check and check?
Arcana?
Sure.
Give him disadvantage for pronouncing it Arcana.
It's very Midwestern.
What?
I don't know.
I'm from the Midwest.
Arcana.
Arcana.
I don't know. Arcanu.
Arcanoodle.
That's a dirty 20.
Arcana.
Luke, roll with disadvantage just because I said so.
He just doesn't want to give it to us.
7.
So
mean to me.
We're taking the first roll. No, so actually you do cast an Arcana. You're examining it, and you're not getting any sort of like magical presence from there. So I was just messing with
No.
you, but yeah, the first roll, yeah, you got no sort of magic coming at you when you were examining it, and you're pretty good about that kind of stuff. So
I thought so. I thought so.
I'm going to.
I light it on fire. No, I'm kidding.
I'm going to shift it in my right hand, pop out my magical dagger, and I'm going to try to gently carve the seal off of the wax while maintaining the seal like picture, but cutting it off so I can open up the roll.
Ooh. That's a sleight of hand check.
Oh, I'm actually pretty good at those.
That's definitely a sleight of hand check for sure.
I'm still confused.
You're really trying not to like. What'd you roll?
10.
Come on, man.
I rolled a 3. I have a +7 in it. I'm sorry.
I mean, look,
really close to that point.
It's a small scroll. The wax is probably maybe like an inch, wide. You pull out your dagger and you just slow into it. You get a little pieces of the paper that are coming up with it, but you do a pretty decent enough job that it's not like ripped or torn or anything. But yeah, it pops out.
All right.
Yeah, let me be merciful now. Let me be merciful now, but then
you kill us in the combat. Yeah.
Merciful.
Let the DM be merciful, for he will show mercy. Let the encounters be non-merciful at all.
Wait, did you guys not hear what I said?
God.
Or are you choosing not to hear me?
I'm choosing not to hear you.
I just said
God. That's funny.
Matt merciful.
All right, Luke, roll a d20 for me, please.
Don't roll high. That's stupid.
All right, everybody in the chat right now. If Luke, guess a random number. Actually, Luke, roll a d10. Okay.
D10.
Anyone in the chat right now, if you can guess any number you want, 1 through 10.
There's 10 people. They all guess 1 through 10.
If you guess the number that Luke rolls, I will let you pick what type of condition Luke's character gets to be for the next 30. Actually, we'll say for the next 2 minutes. I'll let it be whatever you want.
The next 30 sessions.
All right, you guys got 5 seconds. 5. Throw it in. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Luke, roll your d10.
Oh, okay. Now I'll roll it. All right.
What is it?
It's a 2.
Fuck!
All right, nobody got it, so the DM gets it. Great.
That's worse.
LF 143. You got it.
All right. Hell F 143. You tell me what Luke's character has to be condition wise for the next minute. It can be whatever you want it to be. This is not crap.
I didn't even do anything to trigger this. My character this is totally like the gods.
Encumbered.
What the hell does that mean? What does that mean?
It means you're restricted. It means you're restricted. So think about you're just not able to
Your
hat. You know the scene from Monty Python where it's suddenly the writer had a heart attack. And he's and he's just restricted for a moment. Yeah, that's you. So
all right, I'm just standing perfectly still.
Eva is just standing perfectly still, not moving at all, not saying a word. Just
it's not an official condition, but I've read about this, so I think I know what it is. I think
the weight of the world is on him right now.
I think it's half speed and disadvantage on any strength-based checks.
It's so basically think of it as the same thing as paralyzed, restrained is probably the best thing. So speed becomes 0, can't benefit from any bonus speed. Attack rolls against a creature have advantage. Creature's attack rolls on it have creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. So you're restricted for the next minute, just because I said so. All right, so You're opening the scroll, correct?
Yes. I
Okay.
want to see if A, I
Yeah.
can read it, and B,
Yeah.
if it says anything.
Popping the seal, it opens up. You open up. It is written in Draconic.
Of course it is. Well, roll back up.
Just
Uh,
take the scroll.
Eva,
None of this subscribing business.
Eva. Okay. And I'm just going to walk by Eva and just place it inside her bag of holding. Just
there you go. All right, Eva can move now.
I'm gonna
now you want to use my bag of holding. Now you want to use it.
Yes.
Don't put the dragon ink in there. Just put the scroll in there, right?
Yeah, I can't get any power from. There's no power in me holding this, and this is fragile. I get smacked around a lot, so
Right.
I'm gonna gently pat the side of her face, and just walk back.
Perfect. All right, so just so you put the scroll in the bag of holding. What else are you guys doing?
I would like to look at the red dragon bust and see if it's reminiscent of the red dragon that attacked Tatara.
Roll a history check for me with
God.
advantage.
I will be.
I'm so good at these.
Standing still.
Nope, that's. History 6.
Yeah, looking at it, again, you didn't really get an up close. You really didn't get it the red dragon as up close. It's really for a long period of time. It was kind of just chaotic. You can't really tell if it's the same red dragon or
not. Okay. These just seem to be. Okay. The different busts, they appear to be. I would assume in the big one is the most important. That would be the green one. If my colors are correct. These are just all seem to be generic from what I can recall. Maybe generic dragons. There is color in the busts, right? Or is it just in?
Yeah, I mean it's after being in the room and the dancing lights and everything, you can tell just kind of moving the dancing lights around that each dragon has a different color.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure those are down now because I'm constricted.
Those are what?
Are those down because I'm constricted or no?
Yeah, you're fine.
So there was, when I checked the altar, there was a little on the left side. You can see right there. There's a little sunken cylinder, bowl-ish area. I'm not sure if that's meant to fill something. I did find the little scroll when I flipped a lever on the right side, but otherwise I can't find anything interesting within the room. This seems to just be some sort of temple for dragon worship. Do you know anything about this? I was never too big for book learning, but Aura, you recognized the dragons before. You have a book about them. Do you know anything about this? Is there anything in that book of yours?
Did I flip through the Book of Beasts? I don't think so. This just seemed more generic book about genuinely interesting creatures. But I'll have a look as I flip through.
Yeah, just scrolling, through and just flipping through the different pages. You're really not finding anything, unfortunately.
Nope. Just general information.
Well,
Sorry.
unless we can find someone who actually knows how to read any of this, it's rather unlikely we'll be able to do anything with any of this. I wasn't able to find any traces of Salazar when we came in. I don't think he's here. And when I looked around, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere else to go in this area. So, save twiddling our thumbs. I don't
Can
know.
I
if
like look?
there's-
Can I like look around to see if there's like anything that can like go in the little slot, like on the altar?
You're looking to see if there's going anything goes inside of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Roll
In the
up. In the room or in the altar first?
Well, the altar first, and then the room.
Okay. Go ahead. Altar first. We'll say roll a perception check.
Oh, I'm good at that. 19.
Yeah. Looking at the altar and knowing where the gizmo is, you're kind of looking underneath. You do see one on the left side.
I go have a look at it. Whatever it is.
It's just a lever. Same one on the right side. It's on the left side.
Let's flip it. Let's see.
Okay. Go ahead and flip it. Okay. Flip. You flip it and you wait a moment. The drawer doesn't open. Drawer doesn't close. And all of you are, for once, an eerily quiet room. You just hear. And looking around, you realize that the walls are slowly coming close and moving closer together towards all of you. What do you guys do?
I should expect no less.
Well, I think we're going to leave and
Yeah.
dash out towards the door.
I'm also gonna run.
Okay.
Am I restricted still?
No, you're not.
Okay, then I will dash.
That would have been
as
very
well.
funny.
Sorry,
Death.
guys.
Death by comments.
I can't move.
That'd have been great.
I would have loved
Um,
it if just Karst picked me up like a plank
That was my
and then
plan.
just started running with me, just like
just-
a surfboard.
Just to make this canon, Eva kind of is scared of what's happening, so Karstar just automatically does that.
Just gonna skedaddle out of there.
Yeah. Leaving as you guys are exiting, it's still moving. And as you guys get to like that main entrance, the stairs, which was once like basically perfectly good steps, are slowly like basically falling into the wall. Like
That's
basically
crap.
going back into it. So like, which is
That
once
sounds good.
stairs are now turning into it, and unfortunately, so they're going right into the wall. So there's probably like 6 or 8 stairs that have already been slowly moving their way in. So
How far up is that?
I would probably say like 5-6 feet high right now. But that's what you guys just
Oh,
noticed.
5,
So
okay.
How high is the entrance? Like all the way? Like once they all go in, how high up is it?
entrance right now, you say, what does it say, like 15-20 feet high from where you guys are standing right now. But like remember, it's a spiral that goes up, so like the spiral staircases are slowly, they're moving like in. So like 5 or 6 are there right now, so it's like, you guys want to get going, gotta get going. So unfortunately,
yeah.
I have a timer here. So you guys have, so it's 10-1. So you guys have 6 real live minutes. 6 real live minutes starting now. Okay? To figure out a way out. Go.
I am.
And I'll be fast.
As myself, I'm going to try to start running up the side of the wall to try to make it to one of those.
Yeah. Roll a we'll say roll a acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics.
I will be
Natural
casting
20.
Misty Step.
Okay, cool. So, jumping across, you finally land on one of the steps, and you're able to like start kind of like getting ahead of it as you're running.
I will cast Misty Step while I'm running to get out of there.
Okay, cast Misty Step. You're on the stairs too, right behind Salafal. Karst, what are we doing?
I can cast it up to 30 feet, so I was gonna cast myself out of the place completely.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait at the bottom of the stairs.
And then I'm gonna stand like right there, kind of reaching my arm out just in case anyone's like not.
You're not
gonna
like
make
remember. It took you guys moments to come down. You're on the stairs right now, Eva. It's not like you were just like, "Oh, I'm at the top of the stairs. I'm out of it." No, like
Actually,
you
she can.
there's a spiral
It's a 30.
staircase.
It's a 30-foot range, man.
She actually can get out with just that.
All right. So you're just on top now? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, and then I was gonna like reach my hand down just in case anyone isn't gonna make it.
Okay.
Karst, can you get out?
Oh, I can get out. You need a lift? Want me to push you up to the second tier?
I'd be shooting to a
Throws her.
giant frog and hop out.
Oh, you got it.
False, Luke. You actually don't make it out all there because you have to move to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. You can't see at the very top of that. It's a spiral staircase, so you can get like as far as you can, and then you're already like running out. Okay, so
Well,
just want to
okay.
specify that.
Oh,
Just want to
okay,
specify
so-
that you have to be able to see it. Okay, but
Okay, asshole.
from where you are though, like you're way ahead, so like you managed to get out before like anything like that.
Real
Karst,
quick,
what are we doing?
Yeah.
For clarification, then, if we can't see the entrance, it's a spiral staircase, and the stairs are receding back into the wall, right?
Yeah, slowly
So
from
we
the
can
bottom
see further
up. So
up
like
as it's as they're going
Yeah.
back in. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm just
I
gonna wait
mean,
at the
like, but
bottom for to
it
clear
started
out.
at the bottom, so like
Yeah.
they're like this. It's just basically moving from the bottom first to slowly make its way up, like
Yeah.
a domino effect.
I'm just gonna wait for everybody else to like start getting good headway up, and I'm just gonna click my boots together and start rising up.
Yep, you do it, and then Aura, you're going too.
Yep, be shooting to a giant frog and just hop out.
All right, let's make sure that Morge can get out too.
Yeah, I
She
have a
gets
plan
stuck
for that
down
as well.
I mean, if she can't, I can swallow her. It's fine. She can come with me.
What?
Giant
What?
frog,
Ah.
baby. If
I'm just gonna
needed.
say that she has to roll a acrobatics check to get out fast. That is not good. So she's like trying as much as she can. So she's the only person that's kind of stuck at
It's
this
gonna
point.
be-
As I'm starting to
Um,
go up, because I said I was gonna wait for everybody to just get up, okay? Or
Yep.
just, like, could I
Yeah.
start? Can I like try to like wrench her up as I'm?
Yeah, totally.
Doing the levitation myself?
Roll a strength check for me.
Sure.
And she'll
21.
inspire you. So yeah, yeah,
Oh.
no problem. So she starts playing your bagpipes as you guys are going this. So it's like all of us
What a
kind of like you become a
Great
flying
time.
bagpiper duo, which is pretty dope.
I'm nodding my head to it.
The flying bagpiper. And yeah, you guys are able to get to the top, exit the entrance. As this does, everyone's out. You hear a almost kind of like a thud, similar to the doors opening and shutting. You guys had more than enough time to spare. You had like 2.5 minutes.
The lever is still there, correct? From the outside. The
What
one
lever?
that we pulled open to have the stairs.
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
Sort of
revealed.
open
Yeah,
door. Yeah.
It's still there. It's still open. It's just there's no stairs there. It just dropped. You just drop down to the ground.
We could totally go back there if we wanted to.
And as you guys exit, by the way,
Hmm.
there's not as much water in the ground as there was before.
Is the lever still like open or?
It's a door, like basically it's like a hatch. It's open, and then there's like a handle at the top of it.
Oh, okay.
It's a jar.
From what I remember last time, we pulled like a lever that was like underneath a tree branch, and then it opened a doorway. From what I thought, but it's just.
I thought it was the hilt of a sword.
You just pulled it up. This is a door, like a hatch, almost like there's like a lever that you had to like kind of pull to open it. But yeah, you did.
I'm going to turn to the giant frog. Okay, Indiana Jones, what do you touch?
Ribbit.
I can see
He
this
drops form.
is going to be a scintillating conversation.
As you drop form, there is another giant frog behind you.
Now I kind of wish I
Quick,
didn't drop
change
form.
back, change back.
You monster.
Do we just stand still and let it go?
I'm just looking at it. I'm like trying
It's
to
like
decide
Jurassic Park.
if it kill us.
They can't see you if you don't move.
I hear that does work.
I am going to have
You.
one person roll a perception check.
I'm pretty good at that.
I don't trust myself to do it, and that's why I think I should.
Okay.
I'm pretty mid.
All right, is Luke rolling?
Yep, go for it, Luke.
He wants to roll this
All
session.
right, throw it in the chat. Who should roll the perception check? Should it be Luke,
Just look at the frog.
Fabs, Chris, Oscar, or me? I want to roll if I can. I shouldn't roll. No.
So is Luke not doing it then, or?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I rolled pretty well. So
No
All
one
right, go
said
for it.
anything, so yeah.
Yeah, no one said anything. You go ahead.
I rolled a 19.
Ooh.
All right. Looking around, Eva, you immediately notice that the trees that were once like unoccupied, there are probably like miniature green frogs with different spears, bows, swords. Probably about 50 of them, all scattered randomly surrounding you guys. All of them there's different colors of them. There's red ones, yellow, and blue. And the giant green frog is there right behind you guys. And it starts talking to you. Like that.
So, I know we don't have any draconic, but does anyone here speak amphibian?
No.
I speak Elvish, Sylvan, and Thieves' Cant.
I speak.
I don't think so.
I'm not really a frog whisperer.
Hey, Aura, do you think that if you turned back into the frog that you could understand it?
So my thought.
Is that a thing?
What? I don't know, actually.
I don't know. I'm
Can
asking.
you
I've
understand
never played a druid.
animals in
I
animal
don't think so.
shape?
I think
Shape.
I don't think it is because you can understand your own party. You can still understand them, but you can't like communicate with them.
Plus, you keep your mental stats. Like, you don't take the mental stats of the
Yeah.
animal.
Right.
If you cast Speak with Animals, then you can gain the ability to speak to them. And
Nope.
that's the only thing you can do.
That's not.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do.
You got that spell because you should, since you're a druid.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
often do you think we talk to animals?
Welcome to
Exactly.
Campaign 2, everyone, where you actually need other spells than combat spells.
I have other spells. I just didn't use them.
I'm just watching
Yeah,
the
I
whole
have other
group suffer.
spells
You're like,
too.
we
Yeah.
didn't think this through. We didn't
not
think this
a
through.
Hey,
More
hey,
says anything. Let's check.
we didn't think this through. The DM didn't think this through. We're just
Wow.
We're just
You
chilling.
know, leave it to Maya to be the only prepared player here out of all of you. She has comprehend languages,
That's not the same
That's
as
different
speak with
speak with
animals.
Same thing.
but
She can read Draconic.
Why don't
she also
we get back
has.
to the temple?
Jeez, you guys are bashing on her. She also has speak with animals too.
To be fair, if she was here, she would have casted
Oh.
both of those.
I didn't think about that.
I know. So Morge is going to cast Speak with Animals to understand this giant frog. For the sake of this, I'm just, instead of actually doing a conversation, I'm just going to tell you guys what happens because that's what she's going to convey to you.
Cool.
Basically, the giant frog says to her, what are you doing? Like, maybe you guys as a group can respond back. Like, why are you guys here?
We were
Like,
just
why are
leaving.
We wanted to. We were following someone who killed. We're following a killer, basically. We wanted to kill him.
we were following a bad guy.
Right. We are friendly. Good people.
We
The
are
frog-
friends,
the-
not food.
Not flies.
So Morge says this in a very nice way to the frog. The frog goes, I'm going to say Morge has to roll a persuasion check,
Great.
which I rolled very well. She rolled a 20, not natural 20, but just a dirty 20. And she conveys to him, hey, like, we have been searching for this person, kind of describes him a little bit, being a gnome, hand cut off, everything. Came across this, weird vine thing that basically ate me. And the giant frog, you hear start laughing and conveys to her,
Good job,
hey,
buddy.
we, I can do, oh god, Jesus. Anyway, the giant frog says to Morge, oh, so you guys were the one that took care of that creature that was destroying our lands. She says, yeah, that was us.
Yes.
And with a large smile on his face, he signals to the rest of it, which is not an animal language, it's Grung. Speaking in Grung, you see all of the fighters slowly pull down their weapons. A
Well, that's
blue
good.
Grung jumps from one of the top trees, lands right in front of you, Eva, and just goes, because he's only got 3 fingers, so he's holding them up like this, like trying to like gesture to you, like to shake his hand.
I'll shake his hand. Looking like
you go down and shake his hand.
hand.
He slaps the hand out of like.
Morge, what the fuck is he saying?
All right.
Please, Morge. You're our only lifeline
Morge-
right now.
Morge casts comprehend languages. So, basically, I'm trying to think if this. I understand literal meaning of any spoken language I hear. Yeah. So she says, he's saying, "What's wrong with your hair?"
Great. Tell him it's natural.
I don't think she can talk back to that. She can only understand it. And so she kind of goes.
Can I gesture like it is natural? Like the best way I can to tell him. Like, can I mime it out?
Sure. Yeah, go for it. I'll say roll a. I'll say roll a performance check for sure.
Okay, cool. 12.
Yeah, no way. He's just kind of looking at you like, looks at the rest of you, and a couple green grungs fall down from the tree too, and come running up to Morge and Karst, and one of them looks at you, Karst, and goes,
You looking at my pecs? What's going on here? More little help you?
He says you have good skin like him.
Mine's better. Thank you, though.
Grung are very simple folk.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Karst's skin is also
Copper.
Copper, like mine, right?
Yeah, his is
Oh, it's
more
copper?
of a gray. It's
I
more
keep
of a grayish
forgetting because,
copper.
like,
Mhm.
man, I'm a bad
yeah,
DM.
you're terrible, Lawson.
Wow. I actually do kind of feel bad. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna have to fix this in roll 20. I don't know how I'm gonna do it.
Came from Overcooked.
Yeah. All right. So let's say that doesn't happen. They'll just do that to Morge, and Morge says that.
Turns out she has copper skin too. Damn it!
Right.
The frogs have copper skin.
Right.
The frogs have copper skin. It's fine.
The giant frog smiles and says to Morge like we'd love to invite you to a celebration, and you know, you guys can come back to our place and like our if you would like.
We don't understand a single thing that they say, and we're gonna take the hospitality.
It's up to you. It's up to you. You guys nod politely, and as he turns, a bunch of the grung like jump on his back and kind of are looking at you guys, with, like their eyes like this, like.
I wish Morsh could say, only ask us yes or no questions.
Well,
so we can not. So we
Morge
can.
can
But only to the one like big frog.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you guys are walking, you learn that Morge is still continuously talking to him, and you learn that the swamp was an area of like peace, and that majority of the Grung lived there with like many different tribes. There was an issue with some beast that kind of came through, which they weren't able to identify because they are the last remaining village. So their village is more like in the heavy swamp where not a lot of people stay. So when they were venturing out to see kind of like, you know, hey, you know, we're getting together for like the different festivals and different like celebrations that many of the Grung celebrate in their religion, no one came. And that's when they learned that like a lot of the lands had already been destroyed, one of which was destroyed by that vine creature that you guys killed. So they are the last remaining group of Grungs, and the giant frog is their chief. So
this really is like the Ewoks in Star Wars. like we rid their land of all the, and now they're throwing us a party, and we can't understand a word of what they say, but they're on our side anyway.
What movie did you watch?
And
that's
Return of the Jedi, brother.
And Karsten and I are C-3PO.
No, Morge is C-3PO because she can understand what they're saying.
Oh, we've got the metallic skin.
Oh, that's true.
Who's Chewbacca? Who's the Wookiee?
That'd be me.
Could be Aura, the one who can turn into animals.
So
and I'm R2D2.
Are you guys
loud
currently
annoying noises?
Are you guys currently like going? Are you guys currently going back to their like village, basically?
Yeah, of course we are. That's what I thought.
I would like to remember the way that we're going, though, because I want to be able to get
here.
Yeah.
Get back.
Yeah, Morge even says like, hey, like, you know, we have some things like we want to make sure that like we get back to like our friend who's at the cart, like, and the frog kind of chuckles, like, or like, you know, no problem, like we'll actually send we'll send somebody out like after you guys, you know, come stay with us, we celebrate, and then we'll actually send out a guide to send you guys back to where you came, so you guys will make sure to get back there.
Oh, God. For a second I thought they were like, oh, we'll send a person to go tell your friend that she's gonna kill that Grung.
Yeah. So as you guys get back to the village, you see that there is a very old grung that is like shriveled up, is like, you know, a little bit bigger than normal, and he's holding a staff, and he walks over to each one of you and walks up to Karst first and kind of gestures like, you know, like put your hands out.
All right, friend. I'm gonna just like lower my hands down onto his hands.
Okay. He pulls one over and he takes out a small knife and just kind of pricks your finger real quick.
Ow!
Jesus.
What the
Puts
hell?
it in his mouth. Puts it in his mouth and he's like,
Is it good?
you can understand me now, right?
Oh, yeah, I can.
What the hell?
Makes it a lot easier.
You do that from the blood? Wow.
Should have
Only-
started with that.
Only I can do it.
We see this happening, right? Karst, how the hell can you understand him?
Wait, you guys can't hear him? Can they understand him?
All I hear is croaking noises.
What they're hearing is grung, but you're understanding what he's saying and you're talking in common to him.
But he can.
But you're
understand
understanding what he's saying.
me.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's still talking in common. He's not talking back to him, right?
No, you're still
Okay.
talking in common, so the rest of you can hear, but
Okay.
Right.
you guys can understand each other now.
Got it.
He goes, it doesn't last too long, but it's one of the more interesting things I can do. I'm the village shaman here.
It's a very prestigious title that you have there. But you pricked my finger. What do you? I'm sorry, but like, what's going on here? Do you want to talk to me?
Let
nice to meet
me
you.
introduce myself. My name is Chinder Grill.
My name is Cost. You said Shinjuka? Shindabadu?
Shindar Grill.
Shindagru. Got it. Never
Shindagru.
gonna forget that.
Shindar Grill. Yes.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Shindagru.
Shindar Grill. Yes.
It's a lovely place you guys have here, by the way.
Yeah, and at the camp, it's really great because like you guys are going led through like really swampy vines. It's dark. The water goes up to probably like your ankles, but not as your knees, compared to what it has before. It seems that the water, after you destroyed that creature, really just began to disperse evenly throughout the swamp, which made it a little bit better. You could kind of tell from like the ecosystem standpoint because not as many areas were flooded. So the viney areas that you guys are kind of going through and the different types of ways, you get to this like almost opening that really is like about 10-15 foot drop, and it's almost like a pit that wraps around for about, I would say, maybe, far, like hundreds of feet of like many different directions. In like there's small little huts that grunts stay in. At the centerpiece they have a open fire, with all these like different sort of like berries and fruits and food and fish that are all like in different like parts of it. There's like a few like insects, but yeah, it's like nice little city of Grung, and there's a very large tree that's towards the back, and at the bottom root of the tree there's like a perfect indentation where a giant frog would be sitting. So that's very much the area when the shaman has a very small hut that's right next to it. And yeah, he's the one that came out to you. He is a yellow grung, and he's got like different sort of like necklaces and that has like different sort of like skeletals from like pieces of grung. He also has like a few different feathers. One in particular feather that you actually notice, Eva, is a silver feather that goes like over across, like it's like his like back.
He didn't prick my finger, right?
No.
Okay.
Just Karst.
Okay. I'm still like walking with him, right?
We'll say for the sake of this, you guys are kind of like In same proximity.
Okay, I'll tap him on the shoulder and I'll just kind of like hold on my hand and gesture to my hand for him to prick it.
Yes. Pricks your finger. Does it too. Oh, now you both can hear me, right?
Oh yeah, loud and clear,
Yes.
buddy.
I was wondering where you got that silver feather from.
No, that's a good question. I got it from a dear friend of mine.
Oh
What
God,
was
darn
the-
it, everyone.
What was their name?
No, it was a falcon. You see, came in and well, long time ago. It was from a silver falcon. He was my friend.
What was his name?
I didn't catch his name. He just saved me and killed a
What-
creature
What
for
did
lunch.
he look like?
A falcon.
Oh,
He.
it was a falcon. Okay.
That's what I've
didn't
been
click.
saying. It was a silver falcon that saved me.
Okay. That was. I think that was the silver falcon of my old guild, actually.
Oh. I hope he's doing okay.
I didn't see. I saw the nest destroyed, but I don't know if the bird escaped. Right?
Never asked.
Well, you told me that the nest was destroyed, so I was just assumed that it was dead. But
You didn't look
could be.
into it. You didn't look into it. I'll have to go.
Well,
through
I'm
the-
sorry. I was more concerned with other, very more important things at the time.
Yeah,
Don't
no, fuck.
apologize. Don't apologize for not knowing shit.
Yeah, fuck Doran. Let's go check out this bird's nest.
Right. I mean, that's where the priorities are. Let's be real. What about the bird?
What about the bird? Is it alive?
Right.
All right. I'm not sure if that's okay or not, but I know that the guild that the Silver Falcon was based off of was destroyed, but I think it made it out.
Oh, okay. So what brings you guys here?
Well, we're looking for a man by the name of Salazar.
He stops for a moment and goes, what does he look like?
Oh, short little beady fucker. Missing a hand. He's hard to miss, actually.
Oh, missing a hand. Interesting.
And he should have been seen.
He gestures over to the grung, and they're like, and they come running over. You don't understand what the other grung are saying. He goes, these parts, grung, are the absolute best at tracking. You know that, right?
Now I do.
What?
Do you have anything that would lead us to him?
Did I take the hand? I don't remember taking the hand. I don't think I did. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Do you have anything of his from back when you were in the guild?
Not really,
Nothing.
no.
Morge pulls out the brand that still has blood on it.
Where did
She
you
still
get that?
has.
From the dude who gave us the lead, her lead. She the dude
Well.
was the seller.
So she
Well,
pulls it out.
Obviously, I wouldn't know that.
It was mentioned to us like twice,
Yes.
and it was not in our inventory. It was Morge's lead. But
Exactly. I wouldn't immediately have gotten that. Just saying.
I'm just
Would
taking a
have to
moment
say
to
it.
let this sink in for Luke a little bit before I start going on my rant again. I'm not a note taker. I'm not a note taker. I'm not a note taker.
Notes. I take notes for the group. I didn't
I know,
know.
right?
I don't pay attention to anybody else.
It's all good. Morge would have known. So Morge pulls out the brand and is like, hey, like, I have this thing. Like, it still has some of his blood on there. And the grung immediately will, like, go up to it and they, like, start inspecting, like, it's kind of tasting it. A couple of them get, like a good whiff of it as well. And these ones in particular, all the grung that are doing this are all yellow grung. There's no red or blue. It's yellow. And all of them begin to just immediately like start hopping and scattering in like various different directions. I mean, and quickly. We'll say roll like looking around and just kind of like seeing if like all of a sudden like you hear one start croaking really, really loud, and then you see a few of them like beam off and move in like a completely different direction altogether. And the shaman turns to the both of you and goes, "Looks like they might have a scent. We'll see where it leads."
It's good news for us, right?
Yeah.
Should we go check it out?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry about checking it out right now. Please stay, eat, relax. We are very appreciative of what you guys did for service in helping our people. Let us be proud and let us host you in a good meal. And he gestures over like to a few other grung. The blue grung come up with like basically small leaves as plates, presenting you with different insects that they think are like very scrumptious and yummy. Some of them have berries on it. Some of them have like different sort of like fruits, herbs, spices, and then there is a tea that kind of is going around almost like made out of like a ceramic kind of pottery type deal, like almost like a mud.
Oh, don't have to tell me twice. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder and walk over to the fruit bar by the campfire.
Yeah, you walk over to the fire and we'll just say for the sake of time, because it's just like, again, like you're there, you're enjoying yourselves. A lot of the grung are beating on what appears to be drums and doing different sort of like dances and singing along. The large frog comes out and says how much he appreciates you guys and everything that you had done. He then gestures over to Morge, and Morge informs you guys that you guys are more than welcome to stay the night. They have a lot of patrol, different grung that kind of keep the perimeter safe, and they gave you guys a place to stay.
Cool.
What do you guys do?
What do you guys think?
Should
we stay?
I think that I would like to start our search fully rested tomorrow.
I would agree. I would like to, now that I know that Morge can speak and know languages, I would like to go back down towards that. I like to go back down towards that room and actually see what everything down there was all about. We could start.
Yeah, that kind of sucks that we didn't figure that out until after, because that's why I wish Maya was here today. If Maya was here today, then everything.
Yeah, down a player, DM has a lot going on. In the meantime, Maya, and I'm going to reach, like, very obviously, like, long arm reach over, dig into the bag of holding, and pull out the little note.
Mm-hmm.
Could you read this?
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
What? Because I wanted it.
No,
Here.
I said when did you do that?
What? Put the scroll into the bag of holding?
Yes.
Well, you were all like shell shocked in there for a moment.
All right. Well, you could have at least asked permission.
You were there.
I was looking at something else at the time. I was very shocked. I don't know how to like canonly put this because you just destroyed like.
I can't even I can't even respond to this right now, guys. Like I'm just like
Are you like playing a character separation where you like zoned out and Eva didn't notice, or did you like legitimately forget?
I haven't.
No, Eva didn't notice. I'm playing a character.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to canonically put that Eva didn't notice that.
I literally was so. I was inexcusably so confused for the last like 2 minutes because I didn't know if Luke just like legitimately just did not take notes and didn't know that Sailthil did it, or if like it was Eva's character that just didn't see either. But then again, like Sailthil literally was like, "Can I put this in your bag of holding?" That's why I was like, "I don't understand at all."
I didn't ask. I straight up just put it in.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
she should have just put it in.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're canon. All right.
We're canon. We're good.
I'm clarifying. Right.
I'm gonna hand the little scroll to Mo and have the DM tell me what it's.
Yeah. So the scroll gives you 5 different names. Like first of all, she reads through the different names, which are the Black Dragon Ralos, Ralos, the Blue Dragon Tektherios, Tekthyrios, the Green Dragon Venom Fang, Red Dragon Balagos, White Dragon Cryovane.
Why is cryo what?
Cryovain. Cryovane.
Cry.
Like cries and cry. Vein.
Oh yeah.
The
so
note. Yeah, the note says the Emerald Assassin will rise again and teach us of his ways. We will prevail in our conquest. And it had that symbol, the emerald symbol. And I can repeat that for you if you'd like. Or I can take a photo and send it to you, Fabs. It's up to you.
I think I have it.
Yeah, the Emerald Assassin will rise again and teach us of his ways. We will prevail in our conquest.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So this Venom Fang supposedly is the Emerald Assassin. And seems to be in higher standing in at least this temple. So walk with me mentally for a second here. The door had a black dragon's face on it. That's presumably Ralos. And we've seen Balagos. He was huge. But even he is in somewhat subservience or more deferential position in this temple than Venom Fang is. He's closer towards the front, but is less dangerous than Venom Fang, supposedly. I don't like our odds if we have to go up against these things, or at least if we have to protect our cities against these things. This seems dangerous.
Where the hell did it that much?
And there was more writing around the walls that we didn't get a chance to see. I'd like to go back and see what those writing are.
Are we on
Listen,
the
I
same area,
don't.
or is this just you and Morge right now?
Yeah, this is a good
I
question.
was sorry. I was going for like everybody.
Okay,
I wanted to talk to everybody. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear.
that's fine. I just wanted to make sure. Um, can we get back down there, or is it? I mean, it all closed up real good, right? Like you're shifty, but I don't know if you're shifty enough to sneak through that crack.
I from what I know, the steps were retracted and we heard the door slam shut, but I don't imagine that if someone went through all the trouble of making an area like that, that they would destroy it at the first sense of intruders and never have a way back in.
Mm,
I think that at some point it will reset, or maybe the steps might not be back there, but I don't know if we open doors that the walls will be there forever. And if they are, then we can wait a little bit longer. I don't want to let Salazar slip away, but I want to know as much as we can. Going into the awakening with half a deck of cards doesn't seem wise to me.
right. Seems like there could be some good information down there. I agree. I agree.
I
I say
mean,
we try to. I say we try to get down there, and if we can't, maybe we can figure out what the Grung have found out from their searching.
I sleep less than the rest of you. I can, if one of you will communicate, because I really don't want my finger pricked. If one of you would communicate, well, we would need Morge to read it. Morge, you know how to speak with them anyway. I could go check it out. If the doors are, if the stairs aren't there, I could set up a rope and rappel down, see if I can open the door, and then just check and see if we can even get in.
The hatch closed too.
Well, we closed the hatch. The hatch was still open when we got out there.
Okay.
Um, I can take a look. If we can get in there, then I can come back. I can come back with Morge. If it's closed, then I come back and we go on and see Salazar and see off Salazar without any wasted time. Does that sound like a plan? We can do that?
Sounds fine to me.
Good to me. As long as I get my nap in, I'm all good.
All right. In any case, before we bed down, then I would like to have one of you speak with whoever, sticky, hoppy, just so he could get us a guide back there. Because as much as I was paying attention, I don't think my mind is that sharp.
All right. I can grab a word with him. I'll go let him know. But it
Fantastic.
doesn't bother
Thank
me
you.
that much. And I'll go track down the shaman that we were speaking with before.
Okay. Yeah, so you track down the shaman. He's still there. He's like, hey, what's up?
I'm just gonna be like, hi, friend. My hand. Can you do the thing you did before? That is so odd. All right. So my friend is he wants to go back to the place that we came from. Do you think we could get a guide really quick just to escort him along the way? He's gonna come back tonight. Thinks we may have left something back there worth checking out.
It would be rude to leave a nice party, but really want to.
Oh,
We
he
can.
really wants to.
Okay.
It is a nice party though. Have no fear. He knows it's a nice party. He's done nothing but praise it all night long.
Well, considering the fact that all the yellow grung are not here, I can't say that we'd be able to do that. But I could send one of our more inexperienced guides. Does a red grung sound okay to you?
Hey, red, yellow, green, blue, purple. Yeah, sounds great to me. Grung's a grung, right?
Uh, no, we not really. Yellow grung are more superior in terms of combat and skill and intellect. Red grung are the second in terms of where they are in terms of our society. Blue are more the gatherers. They're very good at finding food. Red are more advanced in combat abilities. And blue are more advanced in terms of gathering, finding food. And the green grung are just common folk that, well, very good at building and more of the agricultural side of things, and construction, building, and um, more around the community and making sure everyone has a safe space. So everyone serves their own purpose. No grung is better than the other grung, but the gold ones are a little bit more superior just because they have the intellect and capabilities to really do everything.
Well, that's all fantastic. I feel like the red grung that you mentioned may be
Mm-hmm.
inexperienced, but hey, I say we give him a shot. How's he gonna learn, right?
I
He'll get
guess.
us there.
Chugol. Chugla. Chugla. Get over here. And this like red grung comes up. Yeah. Chugla. You will take and lead these people back to the entryway which we came before. Do you remember? Are you sure you remember? So you can get back here in time. Less than an hour? Okay. Who's going with him?
Oh, it's going to be Sailorthil, and I think there might be one more coming with as well. But we'll stop by the tent and pick them up, and we'll head out from there. Whoever's going.
Alright, so you guys, who else going?
It was originally just me, but if more like I was
I think
going,
I think it has to be you and more who can actually understand the stuff, and that's why she was
Yeah.
going down with you. So it would be the two of you, and then possibly one more to hold the rope.
yeah, it sort of makes sense for.
Yeah, Morge will go with.
I was thinking
Um,
about like setting the rope, somewhere like tying it around a tree,
You can do
Yeah.
that
or like
too.
setting it, or like setting it like on like the hatch, just
Sure.
tying it. Around
It takes you guys a little bit longer than it did, like being led by the yellow grung, but you get there. You get there. um, so the hatch is actually closed. Originally it was open
the hatch. Okay.
when you guys get there.
Well, that's a good sign. Maybe it's reset. Help me out with this, Morge.
Yeah. Morge is gonna roll strength check. That's a natural 20. God damn it.
She's killing it.
I've rolled like 5 natural 20s tonight, and I am not in combat, and I'm kind of
Glad
upset.
we're not in combat. Glad we're not in combat.
Oh, I can't wait. She lifts it up, and the stairs are back.
They are or they aren't.
They are.
Oh, fantastic. Well, let's see if we can take a look, and we'll go down same way. I'm assuming it's much the same.
Yep, much the same. Get to the door. It's shut.
Let's
Morge.
try it again.
Morge. That's a nat one. Morge slips and falls on her ass.
Well, should
Let's try
I
it
roll
again.
or try to
Let's
help?
try it again. Yeah, she got it the second time. So Pulling it the second time through, you guys open it up. Same room. Nothing seems to have changed. Nothing appears to be destroyed at all.
All right. So looking back there at the altar, there was a
There's a
lever
lever on the right, and the left one was the one that kind of made everything go to shit.
and there was writing around the walls, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Morge, do you think we can figure out what the writing on the walls says?
Okay. So Morge, let's see, where we're at now. So we comprehend languages. So she is going to have to cast that one more time. So that's the third time she's going to cast it. Okay. Actually, hold on. She can speak with animals, comprehend languages. Okay. So this is the last time. So she can only do it. After this, she can't do it again until a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Reading the wall. She goes around each one. And as she's reading, she's saying it out loud. The queen will rise again. And then it's just repeated over and over and over again.
There was writing on the altar as well, Morge. What was that one?
She rereads the name Venom Fang.
Okay. Well,
And she just keeps reading it over and over and over and over and over again. And it's just, the queen will rise again. The queen will rise again.
I think we've exhausted everything that we were looking for. All right. There was a little bowl-like area in the altar, right?
Yeah, there was just a bowl, like where you could something you could pour it into or whatever.
I'm going to run on a theory here.
And apologies, the Dragon Queen will rise again. I wrote it down wrong. The Dragon Queen will rise again.
Well, it doesn't change who I thought it might have been talking about.
Tiamat's one.
I'm going to take my dagger out. I'm going to slash it across my hand, superficially, just to bleed. And I'm going to drip it into the bowl just to see what, if anything.
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
Pour it over.
No change?
Nothing happens.
Gonna start wrapping my hand in my tunic. All right. Let's let everyone else know then. And I'll start making my way back towards the steps.
Okay. Yeah, you leave. There's no issue because you didn't pull the lever. Pull the lever, crunk. And you make it back out. The red grung is there. It is getting late. The red grung is kind of seeming a little bit curious as its head. It's moving back and forth. Chugla is a little worried, and so you guys try to get back faster than you came. Takes you a little bit longer, but rolling a nature check, that'll be enough. He's able to get you guys back. It is really late compared to where it took you guys probably 3 or 4 hours, where it took the other group 2. So it took you longer than you expected. So you do end up getting back though, towards the rest of the group and everybody.
All right. I'm going to find where the rest of our group is.
Mm-hmm.
Is it late enough to where we would all be sleeping at this point, or no?
Things have died down pretty significantly, and people are headed to bed.
I'm going to sit down, jostle Eva awake and then jostle her a little bit more. Okay, so
Yes.
we found basically we kind of found jack shit. It didn't really mean anything. The writing around the wall was the Dragon Queen will rise again. So we now have a second.
I don't know anything about that, right?
Roll a history check.
I'm just gonna believe that that's gonna be bad.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh, almost a natural 20. Almost. That's gonna be an 11.
You don't know.
Figures.
But you've heard that in passing, but you don't know what it means.
I never heard Salazar say it though, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, we presumably it's another moniker for Emerald Fang or for Venom Fang, the Emerald Assassin, the Dragon Queen. But otherwise, nothing really happened. I tried.
So you woke me up for nothing.
Yes.
I kind of like just sigh and roll back over to sleep.
Is anybody else awake? Or
No.
Carson's snoring
No.
loudly right now.
Everyone's asleep.
Okay, I'm going to go over to Karst and shake him awake.
No. You're gonna do each one of us individually.
Sail. What's going on? You got me snoozing.
We went back towards the towards the little dragon temple thing. The stairs were back. Everything's back to normal. We found that around the side was draconic writing that the Dragon Queen will rise again. So we think that's probably a second moniker for Venom Fang, the big green one. I tried bleeding in the bowl. Nothing really happened. But my hand kind of hurts. So if you have just like a little like fantasy acetaminophen.
I can hit you with the good stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna slap his hand and sort of linger a second and do a light little cure wounds on him.
You got any fantasy disinfectant?
That's crazy though. So the Dragon Queen will rise again. Hey Eva, I'm gonna slap Eva over next to me.
Oh yes.
Did you hear
What
that?
is it with you people and hating sleep?
They found something on the wall. It didn't mean anything.
I know he woke me up first.
Why don't you wake me up? That's so rude.
Oh,
because it's not important enough to be awake right now. I will tell you in the morning. Like Salathel should have done.
You were in the corner. I didn't know you were here. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I tried to bleed in the bowl. It didn't work. I might have gotten swamp infection because I walked 3.5 hours with an open cut in my palm. But
that is unfortunate. Yes.
I really doubt that that's a thing.
But it seems like I don't know if Salazar wasn't here, but he was working with Cairo and the red one, which my character doesn't know for sure that Balagos was the name of the other one, right? Because
I think we did.
You do.
We overheard
You
him
do.
talking about it.
natural
He
20.
yelled. Yeah, he yelled. So you definitely know.
Okay. So Balagos was known while this temple was made, and presumably, there's just a lot of crazy theories right now. Because if Balagos was important enough to be put in this temple, then that's probably like he's probably one of the dragons that'll be a big player in the awakening. And if Venom Fang is going to rise again, that means that she's probably a huge deal. So I think that if it seems just a crazy coincidence that Salazar was in this area working with someone riding Balagos, and we just chased him right by it.
Right. And Salazar wasn't in that temple though, right? Like I remember, I think you said that like, no, there were no signs of
Maybe.
anyone being there.
Oh, we
Nothing.
seem to be
Yeah.
the first person, the first people there in a long time.
Interesting.
I wonder. Maybe there wasn't anyone currently there, but I wonder if he had maybe heard about all of this stuff from this temple before.
We've got a list of questions to ask him when he rears his beady little eyes, then, don't we?
I mean, the Grunkot is
Oh!
here, so.
Oh, I go over and I shake Aura awake.
Yeah.
Aura,
Oh my god.
okay, we went back. All the stairs were back. We found writing on the wall. It says the Dragon Queen will rise again. I think it's another moniker for, and I go into the entire thing again.
The second he's done talking, I throw my pillow at
And the best part, we learned nothing.
Maybe we can try poison next time.
Oh, that would be interesting. I I have a poisoner's kit. Can I start making poison?
Yeah.
Are
That's what it's for.
you proficient in it?
I am proficient because I'm an assassin.
How else do we have it?
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Sure you can.
I'm going to start like as soon as I hear like we should try poison next time. I'm immediately tuning out all the conversation, going into my backpack, and just start putting like plants together.
Yeah. What would you?
Or
I
it just
don't-
rolls back over.
You have a kit. Do you have materials for the poison?
I thought the kit came with different materials.
I'm gonna look this up because this is gonna be a lot of fun DMing.
I'm pretty sure it does. I used a
Includes vials, chemicals, and other necessary equipment for the creation of potions. Proficiency with this kit will let you add proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make or craft using poisons. Okay.
While this is going on, Carson's gonna roll back over and fall asleep too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So there are 4 types of poison: contact, ingested, inhaled, and injury poison. So like applied to like weapons and stuff. Which one are you making?
I think I will make. I think I'm going to first start with a contact poison. I'm going to try to make enough contact poison to like see if I can fill the enough that if I were to pour it into the bowl, it would fill the bowl, and then because I have free time, whatever left will be weapon applicable poison.
Okay, so you're definitely doing contact then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would contact be the same thing as injury?
This is
poison?
this is the most dangerous poison. And you know, in terms of kind of detection. So what I'm gonna kind of do is I'll have to look into it a little bit, but let me check to see if I can find it in the DM's guide right now.
It will be very interesting if this ends up being a nature check, because I have a -1 to my intelligence, but I get to add proficiency, which at this level means basically nothing. So it
Okay.
turns from a -1 to 1.
Okay, so this is a contact one. So there's only one contact one or 2 contact ones that you can make. So carrion crawler mucus is one that you can make, or you can make, which is one that's pretty like in terms of just like price, it's not as bad. And then oil of tag it, I think is the right way to put it. Tag it.
I'm interested in these rules myself.
257 DMG.
Yes, I'm looking.
So those are kind of like the main ones. In order to craft poison, that's the one thing I'm like looking up right now. When you craft it, I think it's just fair because, like, again, there's really no guide to this, to be completely straight up with you. So the way I'm gonna kind of do this is, let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's easy. So you're proficient in it. So when you are making different things, ingested is +2, injuries +3, contacts +4, and inhaled is +5 in terms of like how difficult it is. So for example, like if you're, it's going to basically be 8 plus your plus, so it's going to be 8 + 5 and then plus the additional modifier. Sorry. Okay, no, I got it. Okay. So you need to roll a 9 or higher in order for you to create the poison because you're proficient in it.
Okay.
For the contact one.
That's 14, and I accidentally rolled that inside my dice tray.
That's fine. And then what we'll do is then you'll roll a D4 for me.
Okay. 3.
Okay. Subtract 1.
2.
Okay. So that's how many vials you make.
Okay.
So we'll do it that way. And then, so what it'll be is like, so what the crafting DC is going to be 5. Ingested is going to be +2. So like the DC for that is 7 because ingested is something like you can easily make. You just need to like drop and stuff like that. Injury is something that like is going to be put like on like a weapon. So that's pretty easy for you to do because like it's not as difficult. And then contact is something like you have to be really careful with. So it's like that's why like the DC is a little bit higher. So that one's going to be we'll say a +4. And then inhaled, because it's more of like a gassy type deal and like how you're like crafting and everything, it's a +5. And then based off of that, I'll have you roll like a D4, and then subtract like either 1 or 2 to it, and that's how many vials you get. So I think that's a very easy way for us to do it. And that way, like, once you make 4 vials of like a specific kind, then you have to like replenish to get more materials. So like, we'll say for that instance, like, you know what kind of like herbs you can get. So you can get them in like a typical, like, you can go look around in nature, but like they aren't like typical like in the grocery store. Like you actually kind of have to like find specific ones. So we'll do it that way, and Fabs, you and I can kind of talk about how that works moving forward. But I think that'll be at least like a more fair and fun aspect to kind of like doing all this stuff, because you could be like, oh, I find, let's say I there's like different types of vines that like, you know, make it a lot easier for you to do certain things. So like the DC could like lessen, or like as you work on becoming more proficient in certain things, like it's easier for you to poison somebody. So
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
But we can also do this later so that we're not like taking up.
No, you're fine.
Tons of time.
I just want to make sure that I'm clear on how I'm doing this with you in the game. That's why I wanted to make sure I'm saying it now, so that way I can go back to the video and be like, okay, what did I say? So
yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Cool.
I'm gonna be looking back at this part of the video too. Just
like
actually writing it down, because at first I was kind of like, where are the poisons in D&D Beyond, before I just gave up. So I've made
Looking back at Chris, Oscar, and I just spacing out.
Yeah.
All right. So what is your group doing?
Going to bed, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys get a
I've
long.
been trying to sleep.
You guys get a
Well, at
long
least
rest.
I've been doing
you guys all get a long rest
Fucking
and
finally.
get all your hit points, all your spells back,
Much-
and everything.
Much needed long rest.
All right. So, at this point, it is now morning. The Grung are all you get like hear the hustle and bustle within this like smaller city of the Grung kind of like running all over the place. And the shaman comes into the tent, opens it up while you guys are still sleeping, and does like a loud, like really loud croak, like "Rah," waking everyone up.
I'm already up. I watch it coming, and I like kind of put my fingers in my ears.
Like, welcome,
Boy.
like, good morning.
We still
Cars.
can't understand him, can we?
Cars, time for your blood sugar test. Go.
Diabetes prick.
Oh, it's too early for this. I'm gonna slowly, very slowly get out of bed.
Okay. Yeah, you get out of bed for sure.
Alright, am I getting pricked?
Yep,
I'll
you
go
get
find
pricked.
Alright, well, good morning. Do we have any updates? I know the yellow guys, they were onto something last night, but
We do. We actually were able to. He tells you that they were able to track down the location of where they believe Salazar is located. It took them all night to get there, but they finally made it, and it is inside a waterfall. It's like basically like it led them to a waterfall.
and you think he's posted
Um,
up there right now, behind the waterfall, like hanging out, waiting for us?
They said that the waterfall is basically like it's very far on the coast. So like where you guys are currently at right now, like just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a glimpse of like map wise, you guys are like here. So like you're like kind of like almost on the opposite end of the lake, this like smaller lake here. But it took them a while, but it's like right, I would say towards like the tip on the right side is really where that waterfall is.
Well, like there.
They yeah.
Cool.
It is known as sorry, making sure I'm grabbing the right name here. There it is. It is known as the Forest Song Falls. So it's a waterfall known as the Forest Song Falls. The reason it's called the Forest Song Falls is because there are a lot of beautiful voices that come from there, of like birds chirping and singing. It's a very beautiful place, and that's where they believe Salazar is located.
Alright, and I'll obviously relay that to the group. Appreciate you and the efforts of your comrades there. Very appreciated.
Can you
They
tell
did
us
say
how to
that
get,
they
ask
they
him how to
said-
get there?
Oh, that's a
They
very
said
good
that-
question. How do we get there?
Oh, I was just about to tell you. So they actually give you a map that leads you through the forest and everything. It ventures perfectly along the coast. They said you can't miss it. They said, but be warned. While they were tracking and everything, they were being very stealthy. While they were kind of looking in terms of the entrance of the cave, there were a ton of skeleton bones. Human skeleton, dwarven skeleton, a lot of different skeleton bones inside of the actual. Like,
There was specifically one Air Genasi bones. There was one
Two
half orc
half-orcs.
bones. Two half orc
It's
bones.
not
What
doing
a
a
typical
sub-tree.
GM
We're
fashion.
not
Half
doing
elves
a
Our future
sub-tree.
selves. All right, well, that's not at
Um,
all ominous. So,
And that was when they because they went and there's like a huge large opening behind the waterfall. So when they went around to kind of look inside, they saw a bunch of bones. They got freaked out and they left. But that's where they last tracked him.
yeah, I don't see
Oh my
that posing
gosh,
a problem
guys,
at
we
all
get
in the
to
future.
try this in Zelda level.
We're gonna
Um,
totally die.
After the session, we are all leveling up to level 5.
Hey,
Level 5.
Who knew that role play could level you up?
we look.
So much
You,
XP.
you know what did it, guys? You know what did it, guys? The knowledge that the Dragon Queen will rise again. That's that kicked us into next year.
So true. So true. Also,
So-
not getting a full rest because Salafel decided to wake us up and screw with us with nothing.
Hey, you know what? Good. I'm glad. I'm an elf, motherfucker. I get 4 hours of long rest. Oh, I'm sorry. Does your non-elven brain need more hours of sleep to function? Screw you. I'm a college student.
Great. So I'm gonna have everyone roll their hit point dice for tonight.
How awesome would it be to be an elf, a half elf, so that you as a college student, so you didn't have to.
I am a half elf if we're talking about the amount of hours of sleep that I typically get.
That's a 6.
That's a 7.
Why
Nice.
did that?
That's a 1.
Oh yeah. By the way, Fabs, it's over here. That's where it is.
I'm in the 30s now. Go.
Oh,
Wait, that's D12. Wrong dice.
way closer. That's cool.
Yeah.
I had 33. Now I have 39.
I have 36. Haha.
5 is average. It's fine.
There we go. This makes
think
it
I
a
rolled
little bit more
pretty subpar
easier. There
last
should
time.
be like a river that kind of a river that kind of goes through, which would be the reason why there's like a waterfall. So
Mhm.
that's kind of why
I
it's there.
gotta.
Hey,
How did
Dad.
we do, by the way? How did we do? What did everyone get?
I got a 6.
I got a
Nice.
6.
I got a
Nice.
5.
7.
All right, we got some decent rolls
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh, we're
Let's see
over.
what.
Well,
Let's see,
yeah, I rolled max. Because wizards
Let's see
have
what-
a D6.
all right, I'm gonna have one person roll a natural 20. If they roll a natural 20, then everyone gets full hit point maximum. For in terms of like this roll, so like whatever your hit die were. So if you were like an 8, you automatically get an 8. I'll pick
well, I
one
already
person.
did mine. I already got my max.
I did
All
not
right.
get a natural 20.
All right.
Oh,
Alright.
who
I
was
rolled
it?
a 12.
No, right? Cars did it for us.
So
I think he
Yeah,
said
isn't
we
it
all
just
did.
one person?
Oh, he did just say 1.
where do you find it on D&D Beyond your hit die?
If you click short rest, it'll tell you what your dice are.
Okay, 1d8. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Rose.
I just
did.
rolled an 8 for Morsh. I just rolled an 8 for Morsh. No joke.
It's a monster.
Ooh, +3 proficiency bonus.
She might get a
Dang.
D12 if she takes a barbarian.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's actually really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her know.
Oh, a lot of my stuff just got way better. My investigation's now a +5 instead of a measly +3.
Nice. Oh, the
My perception
proficiency.
is +7. I'm gonna see everything. I'm gonna see the face of God.
Cool. Well, for those of you who are continuing to watch us in our shenanigans, we appreciate you. But yeah, that's where we're ending tonight's session. So the moon slivers are headed their way towards the waterfall, where they have a lead continuing on to try to find their very long lost friend Salazar, where they can absolutely cut him up and cut his other hand up.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and mess
long
him
lost
up.
friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm excited. I wanna.
Conveniently lost
Is
enemy.
that the sign off? I actually missed it.
Is
that
that the
time.
sign off?
Is that the sign? Is the sign off?